The former Minister of Defense, Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula, is in deep long drop toilet. This woman, she's been caught napping. She's been caught with her hand in the cookie jar. And the thing about the law in South Africa is that it might take time, but justice eventually comes. As we edge closer to the 2024 elections, the ANC continues to score own goals yet again. Fikile Mbalula has turned his back on the Speaker of Parliament. Listen to what he said.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Mbalula has appealed to the public to allow the law to take its course on the matter. He says the ANC will not defend any member implicated in wrongdoing.
You are facing these issues. You'll have to surrender yourself to the state and defend yourself. In as far as the ANC is concerned, we'll give you a chance to face those allegations without affecting the party. So there's no issue for us. If our speaker is affected by these issues, she will face, the law. And then the ANC, in as far as the party is concerned, is very clear. You step aside to go and face those accusations and charges that you are faced as an individual.
Mbalula has dismissed reports that Mapisa Nqakula has been arrested.
The speaker have written to me and have also engaged with me. And she have also engaged with the president. She have taken me into confidence in terms of what is happening in as far as those issues that are reported. But one of the things that are striking out of that briefing is that there is no warrant or any summon that has been served on the speaker in terms of arrest, as it has been widely reported in the country.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Enengi, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we are speaking about the former defense minister, Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula, who is, she's in trouble. She's in trouble. She's in trouble. The UDM, Holamisa has been pushing for this for some time now. Open the cases. There's bribery charges against her, taking corruption money and all of that in the millions of rands. I mean, looks like there's evidence that this money was deposited into her account. She even got some cash money. There's a clear story of what is happening here. And to show that there is an element of truth as to what is happening, she has caved into the allegation. She has caved into the allegation, trying to put herself in a special leave. Now, remember, the Speaker of Parliament is the boss of Parliament. There is no higher person in Parliament than the Speaker of Parliament. That is the head of Parliament. Now, she was not always the head of Parliament. In 2012, Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula was appointed as defense minister. This was a disaster at that time because we were asking Jacob Zuma, why would you appoint someone with accreditations of a teacher into the army? That's what we were asking. Why would you appoint someone with teacher's qualifications not a lecturer, not a teacher's qualification into a defense minister post? What are you thinking we're going to do when trouble comes into our country? Well, we got trouble in our country. She faced many things. During COVID, she had no answers with the army beating up people for no reason. She had no armies. But for me, what I remember the most was when the July unrest happened, and people were dying and everything, and she failed to put the country into a state of what do they call it? State of emergency. The way she spoke in July 2020, what was it? 2021. For me, it was like someone who does not understand the seriousness, the level of seriousness of people dying, of businesses being demolished, people taking law into their own hand. Do you guys remember what she was saying? Let me just play this video for you guys so that you guys can remember what I'm talking about.
The first question from the media is whether there will be a state of emergency declared in South Africa. Well, for now, I don't think there is an indication that there should be a state of emergency. Besides, when the time comes, informed by intelligence gathered and coordinated by the three entities, then the president will usually is advised, and then the president will then declare a state of emergency if a need arises based on that assessment report. For now, yes, the situation looks like it has gone out of hand. Yes, people are in a state of panic. We are all concerned about what is happening, but whether in fact it would be correct for now to declare a state of emergency, we do not think so. As you know, that a state of emergency actually, in a sense, you take all the liberties from citizens and the military takes over the country. For now, we do not think we have reached that point. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula is left with only 2 months in a job. Well, when the country goes into election on May 29th, in June, she will no longer be the Speaker of Parliament because there has to be a new Speaker elected in Parliament. The ANC used their numbers to elect her, even though she was coming out of a portfolio where she was not performing very well. She's always been part of Parliament, I believe from 2002 or something like that. She's always been a person who was in Parliament. But to appoint her as the Minister of Defense, I think it was an error from the side of Jacob Zuma. He did us wrong there. And I think we should remember, because everything we blame it on Cyril Ramaphosa. I'm one of those people who blame everything on Cyril Ramaphosa. But in this case, I'm going to put the blame on Jacob Zuma and say he appointed an unqualified person in one of the most important portfolios in our country, and that is the Defense Force. And the Cyril Ramaphosa, how I would blame him is that since he took over as president, the army could not service its fighter jets. There was not enough fighter fuel jet for their jets. The army got cuts in their budget each and every year. Ever since Cyril Ramaphosa joined as a president, as he was a president from 2019 up to now, the army has been declining. You understand? We can't defeat anything. We can't do anything about the army. We are just playing around. Our army is extremely weak. So, I saw something that Julius Malema said about the army, and it was very interesting. It's a short little 5-minute clip. I'll close this video with playing that video. But all I want to say is that Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula she must just resign. It has come to that stage that she must just resign. And as Pan-Africanists, we must remember this, that when we elect our Pan-Africanist brothers and sisters into position, we must make sure that they are more than qualified. If you don't have the qualification, you must have the experience. We cannot appoint you because of hope that you know the job. You know, if I have served in the army, but for to be the general of the army, you need this certain qualification. But I've been in the army for 14 years. You can take a risk with me. You say, no, you know what? The Pan-Africanist king, he has been in the army for 14 years. He knows the army in and out by now. So we can appoint him as general of the army. He can do a good job. You can't take me from Minister of Communication and you want to send me to the army. It's not going to work, my African brothers and sisters. We need to be vigilant, especially about positions like portfolios such as the army. Africa is weak because of the army. The army is the problem. So for me, it's a big no. It's a big no, my African brothers and sisters. Nosiviwe must go out. She must not finish this term. She has put herself on special leave. I hope, I think the DA and the UDM are opening a vote of no confidence against her. I hope that passes and they vote that woman out. But the ANC can still protect her, even though, because they still have the majority seats in parliament. So they can still vote and protect her up until the election finish. So we don't know what they're going to do. But according to what Ufikile Mbalula is doing, Ufikile Mbalula is happy to punish other people when they are doing wrong. But when he's the one who's wrong, then all of a sudden, you know, the ANC must back him, must love him unconditionally. But when other people are wrong, he wants to attack them. So this poor woman, she does not have anyone's backing. You won't hear President Cyril Ramaphosa defending her. You won't hear the Speaker, the Secretary General, and no one is defending her. So unfortunately, I don't see her finishing this 6th administration. So she's going to go before the elections come. So you guys tell me on the comment section, what do you think? I'm very tired, eh? The long drive did some few videos for you guys. I hope you guys will enjoy them. You guys tell me, what do you think about this Nosiviwe situation? I was really not going to report on it, but because it is the portfolio of Minister of Defense that we are speaking about, and the allegations of corruptions when she was Minister of Defense, I had to say something about it, because as a Pan-Africanist channel, we are pushing for one Africa, one army. And if we have weak African generals in countries of Africa, then how is our united army going to be? It's going to be very weak. We need serious people there. You know, the situation also in Uganda, where the president of Uganda has appointed his own son as the general of the army. What type of nonsense are we? What type of games are we playing in South Africa? Not in South Africa, in Africa. What type of games are we playing where you can appoint your own child into a general seat in the army? What type of guys, I don't know. So anyway, until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.